Today, Aumet works with more than 12,000 pharmacies across Jordan, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia, handling over $1 billion in annual transactions. And we have the pleasure and the privilege of having with us right now the founder and CEO of Aumet, Mr. Yahya Aqel. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Khalid.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know early morning isn't the best time for a lot of people, so really appreciate you being with us.
No, first of all, thank you for having me. And for sure, I am an ill-prepared person, so it's okay.
Okay. You're one of us. All right.
Yeah,
Very happy
sure.
to have you. All right. Well, let's dive right in. Aumet, as I mentioned in the intro, started as an idea while you were studying at IE. At what moment did you realize that this could be something bigger?
Yeah, that's interesting questions because maybe until now, I believe it's still, the big potential of Aumet, not yet, come. But let's say I started to take it seriously when we got the first fund from 500 startup.
Okay.
Because eventually it was an idea from the, project of my, IE. And eventually when I have seen that a big VCs in Silicon Valley, 500 startup, consider this as an idea to be in the intake of batch 19, and we got the funds, and I have seen there is a tremendous growth. That time I started to take this idea so seriously.
Okay, because it is, you have, a lot of young people out there and a lot of even not older experienced people. They always have the idea, but it's just the pulling the trigger of, yes, I should run with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So eventually from my side, like if you ask me like why I have, done it, actually I couldn't sleep, before, really. It came to my mind. I couldn't sleep for multiple days, and then I said, okay, man, I have to go for it, because it was something always in my mind, thinking I really need to, take it further. When I realized that I have to do it, then I jump, and the rest is history.
I guess that's how important it is to believe in yourself and sort of go with your gut feelings as well.
Yeah, so from my side, I'm serial entrepreneur. So when I started Aumet, was not the first things.
Okay.
So actually, from the day of graduated from my university, I started my own business immediately in Kuwait. And that was in 2007 until 2011.
Okay.
This is where I had my first exit.
Okay.
But it was always in the healthcare industry.
Okay.
But it was not technology. It was more of suppliers. So I was able to supply all kind of pharmaceutical disposable equipment in Kuwait market. Then I exited to establish a bigger, let's say, company in GCC, where I started to, let's say, import all kind of pharmacies, products, hospitals, all kind, and it was in Ras Al Khaimah. So we were having a big warehouse where we were distributing all kind of a product to all the GCC, and that's also business. I exited to a Chinese medical manufacturer.
Okay.
And then I moved to Spain, where I started to do my MBA, and then the idea of Aumet, comes, and I started to do that.
And we were talking off air, your background is in biomedical engineering. So very much near this field. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this idea came to you before COVID, but COVID-19 happened and the whole world was affected by this. But Aumet experienced major growth. So I want to ask you, what was the key shift or decision that you guys changed that helped this company grow?
Yeah, so started from 2016 until 2020. The first version of Aumet idea, where it was matchmaking between medical manufacturers and distributors, was okay, was growing, but honestly was not what I was expected. So I'm really driven to build something impactful, something can come and go from east to the west, something
scalable also.
Definitely something that as a Jordanian or as a Middle East would love to see, kind of technology where it goes to Europe and to the US. The first version was not that scalable, let's say. We were having good customer, good growth rates, but it's never like a big scaling, let's say, business. What happened in 2020 because of the COVID opened my eye to what I consider is the unique opportunity where we are able to build what we are building today, AI procurement OS for the healthcare. Actually, it's reflect my experience, especially when I was doing a big distribution in Ras Al Khaimah, where I have seen a lot of wasting of pharmaceutical product, consumable, disposable, where it's expired or slow-moving item, lots of cash sitting in every healthcare providers or sometimes supplier. There were no a good AI procurement for any kind of healthcare providers.
Oh wow!
So in 2020, when I have seen this supply chain problems and all of this fragmented, and we were in a good moment in Aumet where we could really make lots of money in that time because we were able to secure the PPE product.
Mm-hmm.
And since we already have the money, then I said...
And that's, for those that don't know, the personal protection equipment.
Exactly. So we were able to secure it to lots of countries. Started from US, Canada, Germany, Qatar, GCC. We were doing it globally.
MashaAllah.
And we could make a good amount of, let's say, money. And then I started to think, okay, I really now to spend this money into something scalable. And based on my understanding about the business, also I have a lot of advisors.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2021, we pivot to do the AI procurement OS, where today we are doing it in 3 countries, as you know.
That's amazing. Okay, so can you explain a little bit to our listeners what is AI procurement OS for those that are not necessarily in the industry itself?
Yeah. So every healthcare provider, they have an inventory, okay? Mm-hmm. And whether they use a system like SAP, Oracle, or Microsoft Dynamics, or so on. So these kind of let's say product SKUs, they are buying it based on some forecasting and so on, but it's never accurate. It's not also in real time.
Okay.
So what we have done is that we built an inventory management that, as individual pharmacy, or if you are a big chain pharmacy, or if you are a national scale healthcare provider like Ministry of Health or military hospital,
okay,
today at Aumet we are able to use agentic AI that can do all kind of work that maybe you need tens of people to doing it. The right purchasing, the right way of moving the wastes of a product, everything's in process of making a smart ordering and purchasing. Mm-hmm. This is today what we are doing. So we are helping, let's say, purchaser to be more smarter and to have a better technique of stocking the item, liquidating the item. And what is special about Aumet, we are the only inventory management solution. It's not only about the AI, but also integrated with the biggest marketplace. So we have more than 12,000 healthcare providers in 3 countries where you are able to sell all of your expired products or stagnant product, or sometimes normal product that you believe you don't want to waste it. You can put it on the marketplace and we will sell it on behalf of you.
Oh, wow. And you were also telling me that thanks to this program, within the first 3 months of its implementation at Al Bashir Hospital, what was the figure that you managed to save the hospital?
Yeah, so that was interesting. So since we already have a huge access to the data and we have done what we already doing, we get an opportunity to do our AI procurement in Ministry of Health. And that was a challenge because I remember His Excellency Dr. Firas Al-Hawari, and also I think that time in Moody, His Excellency Ahmed Al-Hanandi, they came to Aumet and gave us this problem where today there is no an inventory in Al Bashir Hospital, and Al Bashir is considered 60% of the whole.
It's massive.
Yeah, it's massive. And they said if you guys able to really helping us building inventory management solution where you can use the AI of saving the cost and making the life of patient much better, we would definitely consider it. From our side, without getting any money, without doing anything. So we jump in, we
Yeah.
solve it, we build the full solution, and in 3 months, we were able to secure 3 million JD only of automating Al-Bashir
Savings.
Exactly.
So 3 million JDs in savings
Yeah.
to the hospital.
And that was
in
stated
just-
by His Excellency Dr. Firas in one of the
MashaAllah.
news. Yeah.
MashaAllah. All right. That is really an effective system.
Yeah.
And you were also saying it's not just from the buyer's side or the pharmacies, it's also from the manufacturers and from the sellers. You were telling me off air that you can also use your system for forecasting.
Exactly. So what actually, what's interesting about Aumet today, because we have a huge access to the data, and we have more than 12,000 pharmacies. We have lots of medical, let's say, centers, hospital, and all of these data is in specific. It's only in the medical and healthcare, and since our background also in healthcare, we have built a lot of, let's say, features and things that make more easy for, let's say, medical manufacturer to use our inventory for a better forecasting.
So to figure out what they need to
Exactly.
manufacture.
Actually, we believe in larger stage, Aumet will be Aumet healthcare providers and manufacturers, because eventually by using our AI balancing,
Yeah.
the big healthcare provider, let's say chain pharmacy, could sell to the individual pharmacy, and larger hospital can buy it and distribute it through our network to other hospital. So we will make the life is more efficient for the patient, for the healthcare provider, and even for the manufacturer.
So maximizing efficiency throughout the system
Exactly.
as a whole. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. Well, let's take it to a bit of a wider picture and talk about Jordan as a whole. Jordan is becoming increasingly known for entrepreneurship, for tech innovation. We're seeing a bunch of Jordanian startups and Jordanian entrepreneurs making a huge impact, not just here in Jordan, but regionally and worldwide. So how important was Jordan's ecosystem in helping Aumet grow into a regional company?
Definitely, it's helping a lot. Actually, I was inspired with this Maktoub acquisition, if you remember. We were the first
of course,
country who has done this. And actually, that's what drew my attention back then. Because eventually, when I have seen there is a lot of technology things coming from Jordan, and in specific, King Hussein Business Park, the idea was behind it is that to help technology company to grow, even the building of it grow.
Yeah.
So all of this ecosystem definitely, was part of most of the Jordanian entrepreneur. Because when you build this kind of culture and this facilities, you make the life for the entrepreneurs much easier to at least to start or thinking about it.
Yeah.
From my side, I believe Jordan was an essential, things for me to start, because when I started the idea of the marketplace with inventory, Jordan was a pilot for Aumet, because it's easy to test an idea. It's amazing.
You have the support, the market size is a bit more manageable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of things. Because eventually if you will go to Saudi, you don't know to start from maybe the eastern, the western, or from the middle in Riyadh, or sometimes it is a bit challenging when we go to different. But in Jordan, definitely as a pilot to start a project, test market, it was amazing.
Amazing. All right. Well, final question. As I mentioned, when you look at Aumet today, we mentioned you're working with 12,000 pharmacies across the region, more than $1 billion in transactions annually. What's the bigger vision for you guys moving forward? What are your plans for the future?
Yeah. Actually, all of these numbers that you mentioned, we believe it's just the start. Our ambitious is much, much more. We believe we will be the larger one in the global, especially when it's come to let's say AI procurement in the healthcare industry. Since we already in 3 countries in just no times, now after we're raising our Series A,
okay,
we want to go more aggressive in more. First of all, increasing our percent in each of these market, plus going global. Hopefully.
All right. Hopefully. Best of luck with that.
Thank you, Khalid.
Once again, that was the founder and CEO of Aumet, Mr. Yahya Aqel. Thank you for joining us on the show, and best of luck with the rest of your journey.
Thank you, Khalid. Appreciate it.
All right. Back to the music for us right now on Rise and Shine.